Hello and welcome to another issue of Paperdolls from MM2, Gates to Another World. So this will be a slightly longer one, because I want to go over some of the items that we've got changed. And there have been a lot of those. So starting off, Aragorn, the male neutral human cavalier. Level 22. With his highest stat being Might at a whopping 78. His AC is 42. He's a merchant and a gladiator. And in his equipment list, we have still the tungsten plate armor plus 11. Then a new thing, chromium great bow plus 4. An upgrade to his previous bow, which I think was also a great bow, maybe. Then he has the rhodium helmet plus 6. Very nice. Next he still has his ivory cameo, of course. Then a very exciting new thing that he now has equipped is the palladium photon blade plus 7. It's basically a lightsaber. So let me read the description of it. The Photon Blade is only equipable by knights. The equip bonus is Might plus 15. Special power is Sorcerer Spell 9-1, which is Implosion. It costs 50,000 gold and does 25 regular damage. So that is very impressive. Not quite as impressive as the Titan Spike in terms of raw damage dealt, but that is... that's not that bad either, because it's a one-handed weapon as opposed to the Titan Spike, which is a two-handed weapon. So that is why Aragorn has also that Fire Shield plus 4 equipped. The Chromium Fire Shield plus 4. And that's why he has so high AC. So yes, let's move on to the next character. Boromir, the male good human hero. Level 22, with his highest stat being luck at 74. Also very high. He has 36 AC, he's a soldier and a diplomat. In his equipment list we have, of course, still the Agate Grail. That's not going anywhere. The Iron Phaser plus 2, which is also not going anywhere because it's amazing. And everything else is new, and as you can see there are some really nice changes to his look as well as to general equipment strength. So first off, the Cobalt Great Bow plus 5. Even better than what Aragorn has. Then the Palladium Titan Spike plus 7. Amazing. So this is the Titan Spike, which can only be equipped by knights, paladins, archers and barbarians. The equipment bonus is Might plus 15. So Boromir actually has 55 Might at the moment, but there's more luck than Might, hence his highest stat isn't Might. When used, the Titan Spike also gives a special power of Might plus 15 in addition. Although, I'm not sure why would anyone ever want to use it. Because it's way too dangerous, it could become a useless item instead. The gold value is 50,000, and it does 40 points of damage. 40! That is incredible. Also, since it's a Titan Spike plus 7, it does 7 points of magical damage on top of that. Which is again amazing. But that's not all. He has 2 more new equipment things when it comes to his armor. So, first is the White Gold Plate Mail plus 7. Very nice. And a gold plate mail is something that only knights and paladins can equip, and it gives luck plus 15, and that is why his luck is through the roof. It costs 200,000 gold and gives 12 AC, so 36 AC overall, not too bad. And yeah, that's also considering that he has a two-handed weapon equipped and no shield. When used, the gold plate mail adds 15 levels on top of what he has. That's also amazing, but again, not something we will probably ever use because it's too dangerous to do that. Alright, and the last thing in his equipment list is also a white gold helmet plus 7. Very nice. And let's see. The gold helmet is equipable by knights, paladins, clerics, and barbarians. It adds an additional luck plus 15. When used, gives plus 5 levels. Costs 20,000 gold and gives 4 AC. Of course, plus 7 means it gives plus 7 more AC. So, very nice, again. And overall, Boromir now looks very nice and shiny in his gold armor there. In reality, gold armor wouldn't be very practical because it's super heavy. But in the Might and Magic series, there have always been gold armors which are very amazing and strong. It's implied that gold armors like that are actually manufactured by the ancients, hence why they only look gold, but actually are some sort of lightweight alloy, but very resistant. That is very nice. But we will see more descriptions like that in later Might and Magic games. Alright, so, moving on. Legolas, the male neutral elf warrior mage. Level 22, with his highest stat being accuracy at a whopping 72. He has 24 AC, and he's a pathfinder and an arms master. In his equipment list, we still have the Topaz Shard, obviously, the Chromium Might Gauntlets plus 4, the Phosphor Bronze Chainmail plus 5, but now we also have a very nice Iron Inviso Cloak plus 1. It looks very nice. I made it look a bit transparent and also make Legolas himself look a bit transparent. What the Inviso Cloak does is that it... wait a minute, let me find it. The Inviso Cloak adds AC plus 6. It also has the special power of Sorcerer's Spell 3/3, which is invisibility, obviously. Also costs 2,000 gold. It's basically a direct upgrade from the Defense Ring, which only added plus 2 to AC, while this adds plus 6. So that's quite good. Next in Legolas's equipment list, we have the Cobalt Titan Spike plus 5. Again, a Titan Spike. Only plus 5 this time, but Legolas doesn't get to use it that often. And again, I'm not really sure which would be better to use, the Titan Spike or the Ancient Bow when in close combat. Basically because he has that Ancient Bow. Palladium Ancient Bow +7. And an Ancient Bow is only equipable by Knights, Paladins, and Archers. The equipment bonus is Accuracy +15. Special power is also Accuracy +15. Costs 200,000 gold and does 35 points of damage. So basically it does as much as the Titan Spike. Well, 5 points less damage, but at the same time, Legolas has a Titan Spike +5 and an Ancient Bow +7, so there's not a whole lot of difference. And I'm not really certain if Legolas gets any sort of accuracy bonus for using bows or whatnot. I'm not sure. But yeah, both of these are very, very useful. And that Invisor Cloak as well. Alright, so let's move on to the next character. Shaggoth, the male neutral half-orc rogue. Yes, that's right, he's neutral now, and thus rogue. I had to cast a spell to return his alignment back, because I need to equip things. And he is level 22, with his highest stat being luck at only 43, because he doesn't have any gold items equipped. His AC is 27, he has a thievery rating of 108%, he's a mountaineer and a pickpocket. In his equipment list we have the Flaming Sword +10, or rather the Technetium Flaming Sword +10, as he had before. A new thing that he has is a Cobalt Great Shield +5. Not bad, certainly boosts his AC, although not that high up, but that's to be expected. The Cabriot Chainmail +7. It's a bronze chainmail, but since it's +7 and that's palladium, adding everything up we get Cabriot. Then he has the Palladium Thieves Pick +7. Again, not something he absolutely needed to have, because he had a Thieves Pick +5 before, and he already had a rating which was over 100%, but why not? There are still apparently some boxes we cannot open even with a thievery rating of 108. And next he has the Steel Giant Sling +3, which was previously given to Legolas, but now that he has that Ancient Bow, the Giant Sling now went to Shaggoth. So that's a pretty good upgrade over what he had before. He had a pretty high plus crossbow, but crossbows in general don't have a good damage output, while the Giant Sling has a really good damage output. The Giant Sling +3 doesn't have as much of a bonus plus, but it still does more damage. Okay, and the last thing that he had and still has is his Sapphire Pin. So that's all for Shaggoth. Let's move on. Gandalf, the male neutral human wizard. Level 22. His highest stat is Intellect at 50. Not too high, but fair enough anyway. His AC is 17, he's a cartographer and a linguist. Actually, in his equipment list there have been fewest changes, I believe. Only one. So he still has his Cinder Pipe +2. Well, the Steel Cinder Pipe +2. The Chromium Magic Charm +4. The Rhodium Padded Armor +6. But a new thing that he just got is a Steel Defense Ring +2. That's something that earlier belonged to Legolas, but since he got that Invisocloak, he could spare it for Gandalf instead. Then he still has his Jade Dagger +15 and the Amber Skull. Now, one thing that he he has in his backpack but cannot equip it, is the Wind Staff +9, which is pretty amazing, but not that good in comparison. The Wind Staff is equipable by knights, paladins, archers, clerics, sorcerers, ninjas, and barbarians. So basically by everyone. The equipment bonus is speed +5, which is not bad, and that is pretty much exactly why I would want Gandalf to equip it. His speed at the moment is 25, which isn't very good, and usually Gandalf goes almost last, which isn't that great. And since it gets speed +5 and is +9, it would end up with adding +14 to speed, which is pretty amazing. The special power that it has is Clerical Spell 5-1. Not too sure what that is, actually. Can't remember that off the top of my head. Probably something wind related, though. His Wind Staff costs 1,500 gold. Not too much, but it's not too bad either. And does only 8 points of damage. But then again, for sorcerers, you don't very often need to fight in melee anyway. But yeah, unfortunately the Wind Staff +9 is of the good alignment and Gandalf is neutral, so I cannot equip it. However, I would want that to happen. But oh well. So, let's move on. Frodo, the male neutral gnome priest. Level 22, with his highest stat being personality at 50. He has an AC rating of 41, and is a diplomat and a navigator. So Frodo is another person with few changes in his equipment list from the last time. He still has his Palladium Splint Mail +7, his Cobalt Shock Flail +5, his Cast Iron Speed Boost +3, his Tungsten Electric Shield +11, still absolutely amazing and one of the reasons why he has such a crazy high AC rating. Of course, he still has his Onyx Effigy, and one thing that changed is that he now has a Silver Steel Helm +2 equipped. It's not that good of a helmet, because it's only +2, but the fact that it's a silver adds +1 over the regular helm in terms of AC, so it's like a regular helm +3. And the important thing about the Silver Helm is that it adds energy protection +15, and that is quite significant, because lately we've been fighting a lot of enemies who can do all sorts of things, and casting energy is one of those things. I think that's what the Ancient Dragon does, and maybe that's one of the reasons why Frodo was the only person who managed to survive after that initial attack from the Ancient Dragon. So, It's definitely handy to have such a helmet equipped, because also he has AC of 41 as it is. +1 to AC won't matter that much, but +15 to energy resistance is quite a lot. And yes, that is actually all of what he has equipped. So let's move on to our hirelings. Gertrude, the female evil half-orc barbarian chief. Level 22, with her highest stat being luck at 50. She is a mountaineer and a pathfinder and has an AC rating of 34. 2 changes in her equipment this time. She still has her very nice zirconium electric axe +8, although there were some items that I considered swapping the electric axe with, but I think those were Titan spikes. But I think whatever the other people had were not quite as strong as the electric axe. So it's pretty good, but it's getting close to the barrier of where it starts becoming not quite as good. So yeah, maybe we'll see that replaced in the future. Next, she still has that rhodium ray gun +6, obviously. Not going to change that anytime at all. Also still has that palladium padded armor +7. And the coral brooch, obviously. But what she has new is a white gold shield +7. Again, very nice, a gold thing, and that's why her luck is through the roof. The gold shield can be equipped by knights, paladins, clerics, robbers, and barbarians. As +15 to luck. Interestingly enough, no special power when used. It costs 10,000 gold and adds 7 AC as a base. So a gold shield +7 definitely adds a lot of AC, and for a barbarian that is quite important. And the last item that she has is the ferrochrome helmet +4. I think that was previously Boromir's. So yeah, pretty good. So that's all for Gertrude. Let's go to the last character of our group. Firefly, the male evil human priest of the dark. Level 22, with his highest stat being speed at 40. He is a crusader and a navigator, and his AC is 35. In his equipment list we have quite a few changes, as you can already see. First off, he still has his Might Gauntlets +2, well, Steel Might Gauntlets +2, the Palladium Quick Flail +7, and the Billon Chainmail +7. From the new items, we have the Cobalt Helmet +5. Not too bad. Also, a Rhodium Magic Charm +6. Bit hard to see here, but it exists. It gives you some magic resistance, which is again quite useful for clerics. And then lastly, since Aragorn took his fire shield, he now has the Cobalt Cold Shield +5 instead. This is actually something that belonged to Gertrude before, but Gertrude got a golden shield, so she gave the cold shield to Firefly, and Firefly gave the fire shield to Aragorn, because Aragorn now has a one-handed weapon instead. So, quite an exchange of equipment there. So that is that. This is our equipment that we have after going through the entirety of the Dragon's Dominion. Well, almost the entirety, except for fighting the extra boss. And now what we will be doing is we will be going to the circus and get some boosts to our stats. After that we'll be visiting some of the castles again, and then we will be probably going to the last dungeon, the Square Lake, and finish the game there. I'm halfway debating going through the Ancient Dragon before going to the last area there, but I'm not sure if I want that. Maybe we'll see later on. So yeah, that was that, and I will see you all in the main recordings of Might and Magic 2 Gates to Another World. See you all then. Later.